The Hills Have Eyes. How do I look? I look like I'm made of wax right now. Why the hell am I so shiny? Is my skin that good or am I that fake? I don't know. Watch The Hills Have Eyes 2006, the remake, because I was watching one of John Flickinger's live streams. Great YouTuber. If you've never heard of him, go check him out. Flickinger. That's his real last name. And he said, watch The Hills Have Eyes 2006. It's a great remake, and I've seen it many years ago, probably in 2006. So I was like, I'm going to give this a second watch. Watched it, and I thought it was so good. So good. It was a very well done remake. I don't remember the original film. I don't know if I ever saw the original film. But it was a damn good movie, this one. And the negatives with it, actors, I think the not the actors, but the characters. They had this kid, they gave him a gun. The dad's all Republican. He's like, yo, Democrat, you don't believe in guns. And he hands his son a gun, and his son is the biggest. He reminded me of what I imagine a cop starts out as and then grows up and becomes a cop. He's just panicking and he's shooting at everything in sight, wasting ammo. He's always turning around pointing the gun at people who aren't the enemy. This kid is kind of what cops are now. Just this trigger happy and, jumpy all the time. And anything you do, first thing they do is grab a gun and shoot you. This kid was like, ah, ah, ah. But Ted Levine's in it. I love Ted Levine. He played the Republican dad. But other than that, every other character was kind of just dry, non-existent, kind of boring. But besides the characters, the rest of the movie was great. The makeup was fantastic. This movie should have won an award for makeup. These goddamn mutants, they look terrifying and they look real. They look crazy. The story was short and simple. It really starts because it has a great setup with them being misdirected and set into a trap. But the guy finding the big pit of graveyard of cars. But the story really happens when the baby gets taken. This guy has to go into a hidden town out there and get his baby back. Fantastic. It felt real. Guy gets his ass whooped. I like movies where the hero is not impervious. This is a problem with a lot of movies where there's a lead person, and it's like an action movie, they don't get their butt kicked enough for you to believe it, that they're really in danger. This is a movie where you're constantly rooting and believing that everybody's in danger and anybody could die any second. So that's the best part of it. On top of the effects, the editing was great. It was kind of like smooth and slow, and at times it was frantic and scary. Camera work was great. They had a lot of great shots, a lot of memorable shots, a lot of memorable moments. The violence was perfect, and it reminds me of, it feels like what Rob Zombie needs to do. Rob Zombie has violence for the sake of violence. This is violence, ultra violence. This is a lot of violence. Violence that makes perfect sense of what's happening. It's not violence for the sake of violence. Even though it's a violent movie, it all makes sense. It all adds up to what's happening. And I feel like that's something like Rob Zombie, who didn't make this movie, but when I watch all Rob Zombie movies, it's his violence because he likes staring at violence. But great movie. I give it a B. Give it a B+. That was really, really good. Thought the characters could have been better. I think that's the only thing. But it was damn good. It's a damn good movie. So go check it out. Hills Have Eyes 2006. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.